Welcome to Betsy's Nighttime Comforts. I'm Betsy, your guide to soothing nighttime tales. Tonight we will delve into the delightful lives of Virginia and Earnest in our story titled Fascinating Facades. As we settle in for tonight's story, take a moment to relax and breathe deeply. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes and let your body unwind. Inhale slowly through your nose, filling your lungs with calming air. And then gently exhale through your mouth, releasing any tension. Feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation with each breath. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Allow the worries of the day to fade away as we embark on a journey through a heartfelt story. Part 1. The Mysterious Neighbors. In a quaint little neighborhood where the streets were lined with blooming flowers and laughter echoed through the air, lived a delightful elderly couple named Virginia and Earnest. Their charming home, with its white picket fence and vibrant garden bursting with daisies, marigolds, and the occasional rogue gnome, was the heart of the community. It was a place where neighbors often stopped by for a cup of tea or a slice of Virginia's famous apple pie, which she claimed was made from a secret recipe passed down through generations, though everyone suspected it was just a sprinkle of extra love. Virginia, with her silver curls cascading like a waterfall of clouds, had twinkling blue eyes that sparkled with mischief. She was a whirlwind of energy, always bustling about with a knitting bag slung over her shoulder, ready to whip out colorful scarves for every child in the neighborhood. With a laugh that could brighten the gloomiest of days, she often joked that her knitting needles were her secret weapons, poised to fend off any chilly day that dared to approach. Earnest, on the other hand, was a gentle giant of a man, standing tall with a bushy white mustache that seemed to have a personality of its own. His deep voice resonated with warmth, and he had a knack for spinning tales that made even the most mundane events sound like grand adventures. "You won't believe what happened at the grocery store today," he would exclaim, launching into a colorful recount of his latest trip, where he heroically rescued a fallen loaf of bread from the floor before it could roll away. The couple was adored by all, not just for their endearing quirks, but for their kindness and generosity. They took it upon themselves to organize neighborhood potlucks, where Ernest would enthusiastically grill burgers while Virginia danced around the kitchen, whipping up her famous potato salad. Their home was a hub of laughter, warmth, and the occasional playful bickering which only added to their charm. However, as wonderful as they were, Virginia and Ernest held a certain air of mystery. They seemed to possess an endless reservoir of energy, always cleaning their immaculate yard, riding bikes down the tree-lined streets, and embarking on vacations that left Frank, their curious neighbor, wondering how they could be so sprightly at their ages. Every time they returned from a trip, they would captivate the neighborhood with tales of exciting adventures, from hiking through lush mountains to dancing under the stars in far-off places. Frank, who lived next door, often found himself scratching his head in wonder. A well-meaning man in his early 60s, he had a slightly crooked smile and a love for the unusual. With salt and pepper hair and a pair of glasses that perpetually slid down his nose, he was the self-appointed neighborhood watchman, intrigued by the lives of those around him. He adored Virginia and Ernest, yet couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to their story than met the eye. One restless night, unable to sleep, Frank decided to take a late-night walk to clear his mind. The moonlight danced across the pavement as he strolled through the quiet streets, lost in his thoughts. Suddenly, he noticed headlights approaching from a distance. A car pulled over at the end of the street, parked, and two figures emerged, silhouetted against the glow of the headlights. Curiosity piqued. Frank watched as the occupants walked away from the car, choosing to park further up the street. He wondered why they had parked so far away. The two men turned the corner on the sidewalk, not noticing Frank, who was coming down the other sidewalk. Heart racing, Frank continued to watch as the men approached Ernest and Virginia's house. To his astonishment, they unlocked the door and stepped inside. Peering through the window, he saw Virginia and Ernest greet the two men with familiar smiles. They exchanged words, and then, to Frank's dismay, they all descended into the basement together. This was unusual. What could they be discussing that required such secrecy? As he stood there, he noticed a glimmer of light coming from the basement window, catching his eye. Frank's heart raced with a mix of fear and intrigue, and he felt compelled to go home. He wandered back to his porch, still keeping a watchful eye on his neighbor's house. Hours passed, and Frank remained alert, his mind swirling with questions. What were they doing down there? Just as he was about to give up and head inside, he saw the two men emerge from the house, their expressions unreadable. They slipped out into the night, leaving Frank with a growing sense of unease. As you drift off to sleep tonight, remember that not everything is as it seems. Just like Frank, we often find ourselves caught in the web of curiosity and mystery. Embrace the unknown and the stories that unfold around you, for they remind us of the depth and complexity of life. May your dreams be filled with enchanting tales and intriguing connections, reminding you that every person you meet has a unique story to share. Pleasant dreams and good night.